Shalom, 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 shalom. I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on teaching rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopefully scattered abroad that's out here doing this work in truth and sincerity. I'm Brother Bach from Prophet Babylon Camp, coming at you with a quick sit down to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Today I'm gonna be doing a lesson on they had this gunman, man, that Salakia, that ended up shooting like 4 people, including himself in New York City, man. And it says he was suffering from CTE. CTE is like a disease, that these football players get. When you get hit in the head so many times, man. But I'm gonna play the video, and they'll explain it more. So lucky, man. They gotta show this these ads.
You forget the rest.
But this is CNN.com.
At 6:28 p.m., the 911 call center started receiving multiple 911 calls for an active shooter inside of 345 Park Avenue at 52nd Street in Manhattan. What happened next is under an active investigation, and details are still coming in, but here's what we know so far. Surveillance video shows a male exit a double-parked black BMW on Park Avenue between 51st and 52nd Streets, carrying an M4 rifle in his right hand. He walks towards the building's entrance. That individual was seen exiting the BMW alone. The building's security camera footage shows the shooter enter the lobby, turn right, and immediately open fire on an NYPD officer. He then shoots a woman who took cover behind a pillar and proceeds through the lobby, spraying it with gunfire. He makes his way to the elevator bank, where he shoots a security guard who was taking cover behind the security desk. One additional male is shot in the lobby, per his own statement from the hospital. The shooter then calls the elevator, which opens in the lobby. A female exits that elevator, and he allows her to walk past him unharmed. He goes up to the 33rd floor, which is route and management, and begins to walk the floor, firing rounds as he traveled. One person was struck and killed on that floor. He then proceeds down a hallway and shoots himself in the chest. In total, we have 5 victims shot, our officer and 4 other innocent civilians, plus the shooter. The shooter is believed to be Shane Tamora, a 27-year-old male with a Las Vegas address. The vehicle he exited is registered in Nevada to Mr. Tamora. Inside of that vehicle, officers found a rifle case with rounds, a loaded revolver, ammunition, and magazines, a backpack, and medication prescribed to Mr. Tamora. The vehicle was searched by our bomb squad and found to be clear of any explosives. The initial investigation shows that Mr. Tamora's vehicle traveled cross-country through Colorado on July 26th, then Nebraska and Iowa on July 27th, and then in Columbia, New Jersey as recently as 4:24 p.m. today. The vehicle entered New York City shortly thereafter. According to our law enforcement partners in Las Vegas, Mr. Tamora has a documented mental health history. His motives are still under investigation, and we are working to understand why he targeted this particular location.
Okay, as you seen in the video, man, as you look to be a Jake, he took matters into his own hands, man. Instead of waiting on the Lord, man. And the Lord actually put this man in place, to judge ultimately himself and also for other people, man. You know, it says the shooter, you know, walked in the building carrying an assault rifle and a suicide note in his back pocket, alleging that he suffered from CTE. This is a brain disease. CTE is a brain disease, man. You know, it says the victims of off-duty New York police officer, investment at firm Blackstone, a security guard, and a Cornell graduate, man. And NFL employee was seriously injured, you know. So, you know, that goes to show you, man, that a man's going is of the Lord, man. You know, because it shows in another video I'm going to get that it says that how he traveled from one place to another, you know, to ultimately ending up in New York. But I'm gonna grab this 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 3. It says, "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh Bashim Yahshai to the pulling down of our strongholds." Right, man. You know, so this man took matters into his own hands, man. You know, he indulged into that carnal mind, that fleshly thinking, man. You know, to get that assault rifle, you know, and travel to New York, because it says he's from Las Vegas, man. So, you know, that's a damn ride from Las Vegas to New York. So he took those carnal weapons, you know, and went in there and killed those people and ultimately killing himself, man. You know, and that's a carnal mind, man. That's not being spiritual. You know, if you're being spiritual, you're putting everything in the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Ashai's hand, you know, because he's going to take care of it. What, man? Because the Lord says that vengeance is mine, man. So don't take vengeance into your own hands. You know, I'm gonna grab this other video. It's on TikTok.
Shane Tamora. For those of you that don't know, yesterday Shane arrived in New York driving from Las Vegas with intentions of shooting specific people on this list. He entered a high-rise that houses major businesses, one of which being NFL headquarters. His intention was to shoot up the people that work at the NFL, specifically targeting these doctors. He shot 3 people in the lobby before letting one go and 1 person upstairs, but he went on the wrong elevator. He took a wrong turn and ended up on the 33rd floor, which was a management office, and then shot 1 person before neutralizing himself. Though he never played in the NFL, he suffered from CTE, which is degenerative brain disease, which is found in people that suffer head injuries, like people that play football. He thanks the Frontline documentary, which exposes this, and at the bottom here, he says the league knowingly concealed the dangers to our brains to maximize profits. He basically did this over the greed of the people at the head of the NFL, knowingly allowing players to get hit in the head and profit from it and tell them that it's fine. It was the Frontline documentary that put him onto this, and he shot himself in the heart and not the head so that you can study his brain. He even writes that there in the note. We now have a motive behind the New York
And that goes to show you, man, this man was being carnal, man. You know, he wanted to take matters into his own hands, you know, and it backfired on him, man. You know, he ended up taking his life, and he ended up killing 4 other people, man, which ultimately was of the Lord, man. The Lord sent that man on a journey to handle that for him, man. You know, to handle that judgment, man. The Lord sent that man to judge those people. It says he went to all these different states, you know, and ended up in New York to judge those people, including himself, man. This is Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. It says, man's goings are of the Lord, Yahweh Bashmi Ashai. How can a man then understand his own way? You know, a man goings of the Lord, man. You know, and they over there trying to send people to his house to try to see what his motive was, man. You know, really it was the Lord's motive. The Lord sent that man over there to do that. You know, the Lord is not playing, man. You know, but instead of being carnal, you know, we have to wait upon the Lord, man, because ultimately everything is on the Lord's timing, man. You know, I'm going to grab this Isaiah 40. It says, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. You know, and that's us brothers in this truth, man. No matter how much these Edomites piss us off at our jobs, man, or, you know, what kind of hell we catch, we want to do something to these Edomites, man. No, man. We can't just go buy a gun and ready to take these Edomites out, man. Because it's going to take more than a damn gun, you know, and that's not our blessing anyway. You know, we have to wait, be patient, man. You know how lions hunt. They don't just, you know, show their strength just by pouncing on everything, man. They're patient. They wait in the grass for the right opportunity, man. You know, and that's how the Lord has us. You know, and that opportunity is, you know, getting those new bodies, man. You know, and then we gonna strike. You know, we can't we can't kill all these Edomites off right now with no damn gun, man. They got more artillery than we can handle. You know, so we have to wait on the Lord, man, so He can renew our strength, those new bodies. You know, to come back and get Esau's ass, man. You know. But man, yeah, this man tried to take matters into his own hands instead of waiting upon the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai, man, and ultimately got judged and got dealt with, man. You know, but you know, Lord willing, you know, this less edifying, brothers. We have to wait upon the Lord to renew our strength, man. You know, until next video, Shalom.